Hi, it's Jennifer O'Connor here with Athena, and I want to give you a quick introduction to the libraries feature of our new web app, Athena Building LCA. Just going to go bring up my screen. Okay. So to get into libraries, you're up here in the top menu and you're picking libraries, and click that. And we land here. So here are the available libraries, not all of which are working just yet. And I'm going to show you two of them. I'm going to show you the environmental data library, where you can take a deep dive into the A1 to A3 data in the background. And then also the product scenario library, where you can take a look at the A4 and beyond. Libraries is the place to create, access, store information that you want available from any project, as well as looking at the background data, which you can view and copy and create your own custom data sets. Okay, quickly mention the unit of measure mapping library and the flow mapping library. That's where your custom mapping rules are stored. So you're doing a bill of materials import, and let's say you have units of measure that you often use that are non-conventional, that you would like them to be recognized every time you do an import and automatically mapped, so you will store those and you can review those in this library. Similarly, flow mapping, if you have particular names for materials and you only want to have to map that once and have the software save it, so it's automatically recognized next time you do an import, you click that plus sign in the bill of materials import process and it gets stored in that library. Okay, let's go take a peek at environmental data library. To get into a library, you double click the card. And we're landing here on a non-populated table. And the reason it's not populated is because there are a lot of records in the background and it's just too slow to pre-populate without you doing some kind of narrowing first. So let's do that, and I'll show you an example of the data here. And I will start by narrowing by flow type. I'm going to click the down arrow here, and you see all the different types of flows within which you could search for data sets. I'm going to scroll down here to product because I'm going to look for insulations. So I'm going to type a search in here. Pick an appropriate search word, type it there, and then you have to go click this button to fetch the record. So we click the arrow and it's going to go fetch records in the background for insulation. So you see there's quite a few options here. And so this is the data built in. You cannot edit this data. You can't delete it, but you can copy it. If you want to make a copy and then use that as the basis for creating your own custom data set, you can do that. But let's go take a look at one of these. So I think I'll choose the second one here, which is an industry average data set. If you hover over it, you'll get a pop-up with some description. Quite a lot of information there. So complete transparency on the data set. So I will open it. Over here is the icon to view the current record. And so that's going to pull up the screen with all of the information about this data set and the reference year and the owner of that data, the functional or declared unit, etc., right down to the bottom where you can see the full set of environmental data. Okay, so that is an environmental data record and an example of how the environmental data library works. Let's go take a look at the product scenario library. You'll notice once I clicked into libraries, this navigation pane came up so I can quickly get between libraries. And I'm going to go and click down here, product scenarios. Okay, now, when you're a new user and you haven't created any custom product scenarios, this will open empty. We're in my own personal product scenario library, and I have some custom scenarios here already. Okay, I want to get rid of one of these because I want to go create it with you. Okay, so I have a handful of custom scenarios, which are showing up here. But I can go and fetch anything from the background that I want to take a deep look at. So let's go look at fiberglass insulation. And I want to go make a custom scenario for one of the products that is in the bill of materials in the sample building. So I'm going to search that, but I got to go. Actually, I did it already. I don't have to pick a flow. Okay. So I happen to know that I want this one here. Blanket thermal insulation unfaced fiberglass. So that's the one that I know I have that flow in the bill of materials for the sample building, and I think I want to go make I want to make a custom product scenario for that. So the way to do that, I can just view the record and just take that deep dive into the details of this default scenario, but I'm instead going to make a custom scenario, and the easiest way to do that is to copy an existing one. So I'm going to duplicate this one. So it's going to open up that record that I can now edit. So the first thing I'll do up here is I'll give it a name. Let's call it test scenario. Okay. So that name will get incorporated into its full long name, and then we can see the information we have to work with. So down here in this description box, this is the A4, A5, and B4 assumptions that were in the default. So if I want to change anything, I've got to go over here and click scenario details. So I'm going to go there, and now I can line by line make changes. So let's say I wanted to change that transportation distance in A4, and I say, for example, well, my product's very local. I don't want to use that 138 kilometers in the default. I want to change that number. So I need to go click this edit, this current record. And now I can edit that A4 transport scenario. I can change the description up here. Just show you how I can change this quite easily. I'm going to click the pencil icon on quantity, and we have a nice utility built in to do some math for you. So you don't have to calculate tons kilometer. And let's say, for example, I think it's only 25 kilometers away. Click accept, and that will update that A4 for me. Click accept here. That's now been changed. Click save. Go back to my list. And my custom scenario is here. Okay, the newest one's always at the top of the list. So here's that test scenario that I just made where I changed something in A4. Okay, so I've created that. Don't forget to assign it though. If you created it because you wanted to use it, go into the bill of materials where you would like to override that default. So I've just popped over to the bill of materials in the sample model. And so that was that unfaced fiberglass blanket insulation. And then I got to scroll over to product scenario and click in here, and it's got the default here. So you have to remember, oh yeah, I just made that custom scenario that I want to go assign now. So I'm clicking in that field and I say, no, I want that to be the test, my test scenario, and I'll accept that. And there you have it. Don't forget to save, and you're good to go. Okay, that's it for libraries. So I'm going to end this demo video now.